So today we are installing the backup camera on our new to us 2008 Chevy Silverado. We got it a couple months ago because we realized that getting a truck was pretty important, one of the first steps, because we had a lot of remodeling to do in the house and transporting materials, and our current car just wasn't going to be able to do that. We don't know how to do this. We've watched a couple of YouTube videos. I'm sure it will be quite a learning experience. This is the package that we got. At this point it makes more sense to Don than it makes sense to me, but first thing we're going to do is read the instructions and see if we can make
with instructions.
See if we can make heads or tails out of it.
This is good placement here. It's just sitting here.
Oh, I see.
But it's I think that's the best placement. I don't want it up on the dash. You know, it just attracts people to rob you.
So what does it do? It plugs into the DC.
What you do with this is all the farther this goes. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the plug, but this is the camera in the back. It fits onto the license plate, and then you can tilt it to the angle you want. So it's okay. Like this.
So we've read the instructions, and right now everything is just in this huge jumbled mess down here in the car. We tried ordering it and connecting it like the instructions say, but because I'm so visual, I cannot translate. I can't translate that diagram into this. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull all this out of the car, and we're actually going to put it out on the sidewalk and see if we can make the parts that they sent us match with what's on this diagram, but do it on the sidewalk. So the first thing we're going to do is just lay out the monitor on the sidewalk. And Dawn's starting to kind of peel apart all of these lines. We're looking at this place right here, so we know where the monitor is, and then we're looking for this piece right here that splits off into a yellow, and then the power, which is red and black. It's got a little green piece here and then a blue idle. So we've identified that basically as this piece right here. Okay, so this is where this plugs into this, and then we come down here. If I'm able to lay it out just like the diagram, I've got my yellow on the outside, my blue in the middle, and my red and black coming over this way. So this part of the diagram is
this is how you get power to the camera here, and then video here.
That's right.
And we had to get video 1.
So we've got video right 1 in there. So now we've got,
so now I just have to hook
power
this up.
to the back end, video to the back end, and then this little wire coming out connects to this green thing in Don's hand, and that will plug into the cigarette lighter or DC, whatever you want to call it. We'll take care of that now. So this is what we're left with now. See if I can get that into focus. So we've got both of this red and black wire in here now. Can you tug on that just a little bit? Okay, so it's nice and sturdy.
So this, which is which plugs in the cigarette lighter, connects to this, bringing power in to this wire to the extension cord that goes all the way to the camera, and of course so I'm going to test it now. So I unplug the monitor, and I'm going to put it in the cab. I'm just going to set it on the bumper. We've got everything connected. So I only need these two pieces. I need to plug in the power, and I need to plug in the monitor. everything else should be connected. So I'm going to come over here. First, I'll plug in the monitor. And just going to line up that ridge with that line. So they plug in properly. And then I'm going to plug this in. Okay?
All right.
And then I'm going to get out of the way.
Okay.
If I can get myself out of these wires.
Careful.
And you turn on the power and see if it works.
All right, here we go. Moment of truth.
Just push the red button on the tower. Oh, we learned something.
Yeah,
it's upside down. Hold on.
There we go. Nice job, baby. So I think that we were pretty smart, and I'll give Don credit for this, to go ahead and figure out all the wires in the diagram, even if we had to do it on the sidewalk, and get the system tested to make sure that the camera works before we start wiring up. Done. So the next step now is to start figuring out how do we connect the camera on the back, run the wires under the truck, and then bring them to where they are connecting into the inside of the cab. That's step now. So what are you seeing under there?
Well, I'm not finding many ways into the chassis. I see the wiring, and I'm trying to figure out where it's getting into the chassis. It looks like it goes into this panel under this door.
Okay. Okay, so we just got through watching a YouTube video that has showed us how we can set up our own, how we can do the wiring. We were close, kinda. So we're heading out to the truck right now.
We're close, kinda.
Kinda.
Yeah, just couldn't get out of the cab.
Well, anyway, we found out how to get the wire from the outside of the cab to the inside of the cab, and so that's what we're gonna do.
So all the videos show you just pop this up. You do.
Here we go. Excellent. And they see that once you get the kick plate off, then you lift up the carpet and there's a grommet where you can pass that wire through. So we'll see if that's the truth. If we can get the kick plate off. Don?
I just don't want to break it.
All right, excellent. Okay.
Sure enough, there's the grommet.
Can you hold it up? And there you go. There's the grommet. I don't know if you can see that, but that's where we're gonna wire through.
Do it.
Okay, so we found the grommet, and as it turns out, it's being used by something else, and there's absolutely no space to put those wires through. And so what we've decided is we're gonna go ahead and cut this, push through. Where's the wires we're pushing through, Don?
We need these to go to the back.
Those, we're gonna push those through this hole. And I know we're cutting this, but we have some special
Rubber cement.
rubber putty stuff that we're gonna use once it's set up. We'll go ahead and use that to kind of close that back up. So that's what we've decided we're going to do.
I think
Maybe in the crease.
you're going to want to go on. This has got a wire going out, and then it's coming out the other side. So you don't want to go here because you got this wire in your way.
But the outside wire, oh yeah, it's still rubber.
Right. But we wanted this cut on the side, I think, and we need it big enough to get all those wires through it.
Okay. So let me get a feel of what this is like. So there's, look, I'm pushing
That's
out
perfect.
right here.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think this. Let me go underneath and do this.
Okay.
Try not to get right above my eyeballs. It's insane. Okay, so I'm gonna poke my finger up.
There you are.
Can you see my finger?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You got to go through here.
We gotta go down?
Uh-huh.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
See one of them?
Okay, yellow's out.
Okay.
And red is out.
Okay, pull.
And
One last one. That's it.
yeah, good.
Okay.
So this is the wire that we just ran. This is actually going to be on the inside of the truck, and we've pushed it down through this grommet here, and then we're going to pull it under the truck all the way back and connect it to the camera. So that's what Don's starting to work on right now.
I'm going to go ahead and install the camera. I want to see where to run the wires for the camera from the license plate. That's where this thing mounts. Oh, that looks pretty easy. So this mounts right here at the license plate. Didn't give us much room. We learned that there is an upside and a downside. I mean, upside down. So I've got to get these wires. I think I'm going to come in here.
Oh, come up. There you go, because it's got a little groove there,
Yeah.
which is perfect for putting wires in. Who's not happy? What do you want me to be on the inside, Miss Gracie? Oh, hi, Ginger. Whoa, that looks good.
Said we just have the wires coming down and it's hanging on the other side of the bumper.
Okay, and so we're going to connect those inside the bumper?
We're going to connect those under the car.
Under the car?
Under the truck.
So we've
Okay,
got...
so we have all this wire here that we've got pulled through the grommet and take it back to the license plate. But I don't want to pull all this wire because there's enough to go back and forth a couple times. And I don't want it to hang down or to bunch up. So they just gave you plenty of wire to work with. Okay. I don't want to cut the wire.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to pull enough to get back there. Then I can fasten it under the truck.
All right.
I'm going to fasten it to the actual wire harness that exists. So I know it's not going to be moving parts. Okay. It's not going to wear on anything or get too hot.
And you're going to use twist ties? I'm going to use... Not twist ties.
I'm going to use
zip ties.
Zip ties. And then once I'm done with that,
we do the inside.
We can bring all this wiring around and connect the monitor.
Okay. Guess what we did? Everything is wired from underneath the truck. Is that now the wire for the video and power is up through the bottom. Where we are now is that we've got the wires pulled. These came from under the car, and these connect right here. These will connect to the camera, not the camera, the screen. And so we've made that connection right here, and then we're gonna tie up all the wires together and tuck them underneath the dash. And now Don is finishing up running the wire under the dash to where we're gonna have the screen, and I don't know where we're gonna hide this stuff. Don says, we made one more thought and decided that instead of plugging it in right here, we actually have a connection back here. So we decided to plug it in here We ran the wire here, back up behind the console here if you can see it, and then tucked all that excess wire away. And if we want to, we can put a little sticky and keep that solid, but it's official, folks. Here is our final setup.
It's installed.
It's installed.
Do you want me to go see if moving it up and down helps?
No, not right now.
Okay. Then let's go.